Hi everyone, welcome back to JoanneTechLover. I'm Joanne, and today I'll be going over this Razer DeathAdder Chroma gaming mouse. Let's take a look at what comes in the box. You get the mouse itself, of course, but let's go over the documentation first. You do get a couple Razer stickers. They have that nice rainbow effect going on. Very cool. And there's this page which says, congratulations, there is no turning back. Interpret it how you will. Very, very suspicious. And then there's this page. This is exclusive rewards for Razer. So go ahead and check that out if you are curious. Here's a link. Last but not least is this install guide, although I think I'm going to be able to show you what you need to know about this mouse in the video. Now let's go on to the cabling. It is soft braided cable, which I really like. You get 2 meters or 7 feet of this cable, and I think it's easier to fold away and, in my opinion, better for gaming, especially when I'm tugging on the cable, and it's just more flexible and easy to use. And you also get a USB gold-plated USB 2 connector, I believe, as well as 1000 Hertz ultra pulling. Here's a closer look at the mouse. It's pretty lightweight, coming in at 0.3 pounds or 105 grams, and it is compatible with both PC and Mac. It's got this unique, very ergonomic shape, actually. It's pretty comfortable. I've used it, although I still kind of prefer the 4th finger rest of my G600. And it's for right-handed use, but I suppose you could try to use it in the left hand, but it's designed for right-handers. Now, on the sides, you do get this textured grip. It is very grippy. I mean, from what I can tell. And this is to, stop you from slipping, as well as it's oil resistant, which is great. And it has 5 programmable buttons, or actually it's 6 because I checked the software and you can program the scroll wheel up and down, as well as the click. So left click you cannot program. Right click you can, and these 2 side buttons, which on default are forward and back in your browser. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. On the bottom of the mouse, you do get these Teflon gliding feet, as well as this 10,000 dpi optical sensor. That's insane, pretty much. And the original only had 64 dpi, so that is definitely another upgrade from the original. And it has the ability to track liftoff distance as precise as 1 millimeter on most surfaces, including glass. And the sensor is capable of mouse movement speeds of up to 200 inches per second with 50-gram acceleration, and this is to help improve accuracy, and it's just smoother. Here's a demo of the mouse LEDs. You can change it up for the track wheel as well as for the logo, which is awesome. And right now they're both on static, but let's say I wanted to change the top to red and the bottom to blue or something. And there it goes. Too bad there's no toggle for changing the duration of the lighting effect as well as the intensity. Oh well. And then let's go back to the track wheel and change it to spectrum cycling. So it's gonna cycle through all of those lovely colors. But it takes a while, so we're not going to wait till the very end. And of course, there is off. So let's focus on the logo LED right now. So we're gonna change it to breathing. And then it pulses. Oh, very cool. It would have been cool if maybe I could do 2 types of breathing LEDs like they have for the Black Widow Chroma keyboard. That would have been cool. But kind of want to just change up the colors a bit for funsies. Yay! Okay. Now, after breathing, there's spectrum cycling. You can see it better when it's cycling on the LED on the logo, since it is bigger. But there you have it. Take a look at the LEDs, and if you want, there is the off mode as well. Here's a look at the Razer DeathAdder Chroma mouse software, and if you don't already have this software installed, it'll prompt you to update it. Go ahead and do that, and you'll probably have to restart your system. Now then, let's start off at the customization. Here are your 4, 5, 6 programmable buttons, and it's actually rather smart that they won't let you program the left click, because I've tried to program other mice before and they let me do that, and then I accidentally changed it to something else. I'm like, oh no, what do I do now? Anyway, to change the button assignment, you can either click into it like this or just click to the button that you would like. But let's say I want to change 5 and 6, for example, and I could do default keyboard function. You could even change it to sensitivity, to, ooh, I still can't believe it's 10,000 DPI max. It's crazy. But let's say you want to change to 2200 or something. And you could also enable independent XY axes. So let's say you want that to be 3000. And then just click save. And it has been saved right here. You could also, for example, save a macro. And let's go into macro. You can create the macro here, and we are going to call this macro M5 or something like that, and then hit record. I just like to do my standard QWERTY, and I also like auto record delay. And then you hit stop and save, and let's save it, and there it is. So if you go into it, there's no option to delete the macro. You'll have to delete the macro in this section. So this is another section on how to create a macro. So we're going to call this M6. And you can record delay, default delay, change it to whatever you want, no delay, but I prefer auto delay. So we're going to go ahead and record. Let's do ASDF or something like that, and then hit stop. Now this is really cool. You could go ahead and hit insert, but let's say before the D or something, and you can insert an amount of time, or you could do keystroke before or after. So let's say after the D, I want to record maybe GHJ or something, and okay, and then stop it. So, and then you save, and in here, let's see, after the D, it is GHK. There it is. And then if you also want to change it to, let's say, 1 by 1, you go ahead and, for example, click the time and hit this. And let's say you want to change it to 375 or something, and you're good to go. And suddenly it's 0.375 seconds delayed. And then if you want to delete it, you can go ahead and click delete. And what I kind of wanted to see is maybe instead of just deleting 1 by 1, I wanted to delete like all or something, but then I guess you could just delete the macro, but whatever. And also if you, let's say, click on H or something, you can move the H up or move the H down. Very, very cool, Razer. Now let's move on to the mouse section again, and let's go to profile. So how do you create a profile? Very simple. You just, for example, to change the name, I want to change this to P1. So there it is. And to add one, let's call this P2. And we're good. And then to switch back to P1, just simply click. And to delete P2, simply trash it. And you could also copy, import, or export other profiles, link it to a program, so you don't have to like keep changing it, you know, in the actual software. You could just link it to any game or program and it'll open it in there, which is really helpful. Now let's go into performance, and this is where you can change your sensitivity. So you could change it, I believe you could just type it. Yeah, there we go. 2400 or something, and enable XY independent, or you could always just drag these arrows here to wherever it is you desire to go. You could also change the acceleration, which is the rate increase of speed in the cursor with respect to mouse movement. I like that they gave you a definition here too, in case you had no idea what it was. You could also configure sensitivity stages. Oh, very cool. For example, let's see, you could go to 2, or have 2 and then have 5, and change up the DPI here. Very awesome. Now then, you could also change the polling rate depending on the compatibility of your system to 500, 1000, 125, and the like. And I guess that covers it for this section. Let's go to lighting. In the lighting area, not so many options as the Chroma keyboard, but you do get a nice palette here that you can pick from. And you could also change it to static, to spectrum, which is just toggling through all of the 16.8 million colors, I suppose, and you could just have it off, which is really cool. Now, here's the logo that you can change. So you can change them and make them separate. You could have this one breathe and this one be static and this one be like red or something. And also you could switch off all lighting when display is turned off. So, I mean, it's simple, and it gets the job done. But I suppose if you wanted like flasher LEDs, more LEDs, gotta look elsewhere. Let's go ahead and change this back to green. Last but not least is calibration, so you can go ahead and turn it on for the surface of your mouse mats. There's a Razer mats, you could go ahead and check out what they have available. Love that they have given you pictures of the mats as well as a find out more link, which I'm sure will link you to, where to buy. And very nice advertising, Razer, that's all I have to say. Or other. You just click into it, add mat, for example, my table, and then click calibrate. And then there's a lift off wrench out down here, and I believe that covers it for the software tutorial of the DeathAdder Chroma mouse. Here's a look at the pros and cons. So what do I like about this mouse? It's pretty comfortable and I can see why it is so popular among gamers, but with the lack of buttons, I would say, especially on the thumb panel, it's definitely for FPS gamers. And I do like that you get programmable buttons, 6 of them, despite not being a lot in the thumb panel area, and I'm more of an MMO player, so that's something for me. It's also, the software is easy to use, and you do get some options with the lighting effects. Not as much as with the keyboard, but I suppose this will suffice. As well as the extremely high DPI. That is insane in the membrane. And now for the cons. So I would have preferred a 4-finger rest on the mouse simply because it's just more comfortable to me personally, and I think for the price it could have used some soft touch finish along the front. It just would have felt better. And as to the lighting, I would have liked to see more lighting options, perhaps change up the duration, and I would have liked to see more LEDs on the actual mouse because I believe most of you will be buying the DeathAdder for the Chroma, for the RGB feature, so that would have been a feature I would have liked to see. That wraps up this video on this Razer DeathAdder Chroma gaming mouse. If you like what you saw and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons. Also, please follow me on social media, JoanneTechLover Facebook fan page, JoanneFoodLover Twitter, and JoanneFoodLover again on Instagram. Also, don't forget to hit the donate button so it can help expand this channel and feed this techie so I can bring you more of what you want to see. One last thing is Storenvy.com. Be sure to check out my 8.5 by 11-inch autograph prints that you can buy. I guess all that's left to say is, mwah, see you next time.